Can you think of a boss or supervisor or business owner that you ever worked with that you really just did not like working for or with, and you barely had enough respect for them? Because I can think of a few through my lifetime, but are they and were they as crazy as this lady? Check this out.
This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
Jennifer, please let me out of this office. I'm getting anxiety and I need to leave.
I'm
Please.
sorry.
This video we're showing you has more than 1 million views on TikTok. Crystal Radel says her boss, Jennifer Hanna, fired her, then illegally restrained her. Good evening, I'm Brandon Morano.
And I'm Karina Rubio in for Jennifer. Champaign police say Radel needed medical attention after that incident, and now they're taking action. WCIA 3's Tyler Hill joins us live from the newsroom. Tyler, what has her boss been charged with?
Karina, Champaign police say the 52-year-old has been served a notice to appeal for unlawful restraint. That's a nonviolent felony in Illinois.
Out of this office. She has the door closed and is trying to hold me in here.
Crystal Radel started working for Home Instead November of last year. Home Instead delivers compassionate, high-quality care to seniors around the globe. The Champaign location is owned by Jennifer Hanna.
She is very aggressive, mental abusive. She's done it to multiple other staffs in the office.
Radel says this came to a head on Thursday.
Yesterday, she said I had sweatpants on, as which I didn't. I had maternity pants on. So she had me go in her office and stated that I was wearing pajama pants, and it was very unprofessional.
Radel says she told Hanna she was going to quit and then went back to her office.
I walked into my office. She followed me, and she locked me in my office.
This is video Radel took of the events. In it, Hanna is standing in front of the door. She says Radel can't leave until she gives company property back.
She's been terminated and she will not give company property over, which is the key fob to the access to the office.
Radel says she would have if she could.
At that time, I did not have the key fob on me. It was at my home. I told her I would mail it to her.
Finally, after 8 minutes, Radel says Hanna let her leave.
Lawsuit for her.
Champaign police say they sent an officer to the scene just before 4 p.m. Radel was taken to the hospital, and today, officers completed a follow-up interview with her, issuing a notice to appear in court for Hanna. Police say this is the equivalent of an arrest in a nonviolent felony.
I just feel like
That
her being
franchise. And that's a great example of what can happen when you let yourself become so offended or even frustrated with someone or something, and you end up saying or doing something that escalates the situation. In this case, this boss let herself get so worked up and so offended with her employee that she just felt like she had to just, in my humble opinion, needle her. And even though this, and I'm aware of situations like this where people don't necessarily have what they need to turn in at the end of a job, you know, when they either get fired or quit or whatever, they bring it back later or mail it in or whatever. It's just a key fob. It wasn't like a multi-million-dollar piece of equipment, like a take-home maintenance truck or anything. The lady said she would, the former employee said she'd return it. But back to the boss, she let herself get so worked up, so offended, maybe even frustrated, that she goes and illegally detains and restricts this employee from just leaving and going home. And so now, because of her own sense of offense, her own sense of righteousness, gave her tunnel vision, she ends up doing something that escalates the situation, which now results in her facing felony charges and wrecked reputation and loss of business ownership. Bam. And all she had to do was stay in her office, take a couple deep breaths, and let that employee go, and make a note, hey, in a week, make sure that key fob got returned. And it would have been over. But this is what happens when you don't take a breath and slow yourself down and assess the situation and consider your options and the ripple effect of your options. You go and say and do something that escalates the situation. Slow down, take a deep breath. Tell me in the comments below if you've ever had a boss or a supervisor or whatever that you just absolutely did not like working with. Or maybe you have to look back and admit to yourself, yeah, I was that boss at one time, and you just had a moment of enlightenment and just realized, hey, I can't be acting like a jerk. Slow down, assess the situation, be nice. Be safe out there. I'll catch you on the next video.